Are we doing a program, Mark? All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming out. This is the second day of our 5-day, 40-stop Winnebago tour here this week before the election. So I just want to emphasize how important this election is, as you all well know, and make sure you get all your friends and neighbors out to vote and vote correctly. Let me just tell you, you guys all know your native son here, a great friend of this campaign, and Ed's been with us 3 different events yesterday, and came over this morning. You're going back home this afternoon, right?
Yeah, I'm going back to Colorado, but it's just a pleasure. It gave me an excuse to come over and see Charlene and have this great breakfast. And you know, my mom and dad love this place. I'll bet I've had 500 meals here probably. And Dad used to love that sour cream raisin pie. Wasn't that it, Charlene? Dad loved that sour cream raisin pie.
Yes, his blood sugar goes down.
And we'd have to, he'd come in and point to his slice and say, put it on the table so she didn't sell out before he took breakfast. Then he'd eat it half the time for his breakfast. But it's great to be back and to be with the Congressman. He certainly stands for what we all believe in and where we need to take this country. And it was my pleasure to be able to come over and appear with him this morning, and we had great turnouts yesterday. So it was great to see you guys all out. And go Iowa State, go Hawks.
Let me introduce, and Jack, one thing, before I get in trouble, my wife Kathy back here is, anyone who does this knows how important your spouse is and your support system with your family, so you couldn't do it without it. But thank you, dear, for being with us again today here on this tour. Jack Drake here for the State House. You want to say something, Jack? Huh? Oh, come on. Huh?
I wanted to keep my talks very short.
Whatever.
No, I've been very fortunate to be in the legislature and running for re-election. Opponents from Creston and retired teacher down there. But I feel good overall what I hear, but you still never know until that final votes are in. So appreciate any support you give, and I think I've got a voting record that represents most of the people very well, because I've tried very hard to listen to what people tell me. So, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Jack. Now, just let me, I would much rather just visit individually too here. I'm not going to give a big speech here. But just a couple things. We had a debate last week ago tonight on WHO radio, and we found one place of very common agreement. Twice Mr. Boswell said that his people should get out and vote on November 7th. Well, so we, got the word out to our folks. We should vote on November 6th or early. It would probably be, how are you?
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you.
The boss lady. No, this campaign is, as you all well know, with 2 incumbents. We both have voting records, very different voting records. It's a clear choice. He has voted for the Wall Street bailout, for the stimulus, for the cap and trade, for the President's health care bill, for Dodd-Frank. I voted against those things in principle because I think we can do better. And this country is built on not adding to the federal debt. It's built on individuals and small businesses that make up what this district, what this state, and what this country is all about. So there's a very different vision. I think we've got a great opportunity if we can give some certainty as far as taxes, as far as regulatory burden, for this economy to really grow and prosper. But without that certainty, without that confidence of what's coming out of Washington, it won't happen. So that's what I think Governor Romney is doing extremely well. I think he's going to win Iowa. I think he's going to be our next president. we've got to have some people in Washington that will support some real change to grow this economy, to get us out of the hole that's been dug. So just with that, I just say thank you. Please do everything you can to get everyone out to vote. This is a critical election, I think the most important in my lifetime, because I think we all feel in our hearts and minds and soul that if we don't change, we're going to lose this country. And this really is all about the next generation, about our kids, our grandchildren. Most of us in this room will be fine, but it's those kids and grandchildren that won't have the opportunities that we had growing up in this great state and this great country. So just with that, thank you all very, very much. I'm going to have a roll. Okay?